Imagine staying in New York's most expensive hotels, flying first class, dining with the city's wealthiest insiders, all while having no money at all. No inheritance, no trust fund, no secret backer. Yet for years nobody questioned it. Her name was Anna Delvey, and almost everything about her life was a lie. Anna told people she was a wealthy German heiress with access to millions of euros locked away in Swiss bank accounts. She spoke confidently, dressed the part, moved comfortably through elite spaces where money was assumed, not questioned. And the assumption changed everything. Banks trusted her, hotels trusted her, powerful people vouched for her, not because they saw proof, but because everyone else seemed to believe her first. And that's how the illusion survived. In 2013, Anna arrived in New York City with big plans and even bigger claims. She told friends and investors she was building an exclusive arts club, a private foundation for creatives, elites, and cultural power players. It sounded ambitious, visionary, exactly the kind of project wealthy people fund every day. There was just one problem. The money didn't exist. But Anna didn't panic. She didn't hesitate. She forged bank documents, created fake wire transfers, promised payments that were already on the way, and most of the time, that was enough. Because in rooms filled with wealth and confidence, asking too many questions can feel more embarrassing than believing a lie. For years, Anna lived inside that gap, between what people assumed and what was actually true. But every illusion had a breaking point. And when the money finally stopped moving, everything she built came crashing down. What makes Anna Delvey's story so unsettling isn't just how much she took, it's how easy it was to believe her. Before New York, she was Anna Sorokin. She was born in 1991 near Moscow, Russia, and later moved to Germany as a teenager with her family. She didn't come from wealth, but she had something that often works like wealth in the right rooms: confidence. And when she landed in New York in 2013, she didn't introduce herself as someone trying to make it. She introduced herself as someone who had already made it. A German heiress, a trust fund, a Swiss account, a fortune that was tied up but very real. It was the perfect story because it explained everything. Why she spent big, why she moved fast, why she didn't always pay immediately. The money was coming. Always coming. Anna's big pitch was a private members-only arts club. Something like a Soho hub for events, art shows, pop-ups, and cultural influence. She called it the Anna Delvey Foundation. And here's the part that made it convincing. She didn't sell it like a fantasy. She spoke like a founder. She found the right people, asked the right questions, used the right language, enough to make experienced New Yorkers take her seriously. But behind the scenes, the foundation wasn't being built on investments. It was being built on documents, fake bank statements, forged records, edited wire confirmations. On paper, she claimed she had around 60 million euros. In reality, she didn't. And every time someone asked for proof, she produced something that looked close enough. Anna's most powerful tool wasn't a credit card. It was a sentence. The wire is on the way. At luxury hotels, she'd check in like someone who belonged there. When it came time to pay, she'd claim there were bank delays, Swiss transfer issues, a technical problem. Then she'd buy time with just enough charm and confidence to keep doors open. Sometimes she left big cash tips, not because she could afford it, but because it kept staff calm. And once people relaxed, the lie grew. Because the longer she stayed, the harder it became for anyone to admit they'd been fooled. This wasn't just a scam of money. It was a scam of status. Anna understood something simple. In elite spaces, people assume wealth first and verify later. And verification can feel rude, embarrassing, even risky. So Anna used social pressure like armor. If one person believed her, others followed. If a hotel welcomed her, it signaled legitimacy. If a friend vouched for her, doubt disappeared. Not because anyone had proof, but because everyone thought someone else had proof. That's how the illusion spread. At one point, Anna tried to secure major funding for her foundation. She reportedly sought a multi-million-dollar loan backed by the story of her trust fund. But when banks pushed for verification, her documents didn't hold up. Some became suspicious, and the door started to close. That should have been the end. But Anna didn't stop. She kept moving, and when big money didn't come through, she turned to smaller wins that kept the lifestyle going just a little longer. Anna's spending wasn't subtle. 5-star hotels, fine dining, flights, luxury, shopping, and in some cases expensive experiences that created the exact image she needed. The lifestyle became a billboard. See, I'm rich. But behind that billboard, bills stacked up. Tabs grew, promises piled higher than payments, and eventually people who once laughed with her started asking the question she couldn't answer. Where is the money? By 2017, the pressure had changed. Hotels wanted payments, not explanations. Businesses wanted proof, not charm. The pattern was too consistent. And once multiple places started comparing notes, scams collapsed fast. Authorities began looking closer at the unpaid debts and the use of fraudulent documents. And in August 2017, Anna was arrested. For the first time in years, the character couldn't talk her way out. Prosecutors alleged that Anna defrauded banks, hotels, and other businesses out of roughly $275,000. The charges included grand larceny, theft of services, fraud-related offenses. At trial, the case focused on a clear pattern. She obtained money and luxury services by misrepresenting who she was and what she could pay. Some charges were dropped, or she was acquitted on certain counts. But enough convictions stood to show what the court believed. This wasn't harmless social climbing. It was calculated deception. In 2019, Anna Sorokin was found guilty on multiple charges. She was sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison. She was also ordered to pay a fine, restitution to victims. Even during the proceedings, the public fixation didn't fade, because her case wasn't just a crime. It was a spectacle, a story about image, ambition, privilege, and the power of confidence in the right rooms. Anna's story became global, and in 2022 it grew even bigger with Netflix's Inventing Anna, introducing her to millions more viewers. The debates exploded. Was she a con artist, a fraud, a product of the culture she manipulated? People argued because her scam wasn't built on violence. It was built on something many people admire: boldness, and that made it uncomfortable. Because if confidence alone can open those doors, what does that say about the doors? Anna was released from prison in 2021 after serving just under 4 years. But she didn't simply walk into freedom. As a non-US citizen, she faced immigration issues and was taken into federal custody related to her visa status. Later, she was released on bail and placed under house confinement with electronic monitoring. Even then, public interest didn't disappear. She remained a headline, a symbol, a warning. Anna Delvey's story isn't just about a fake heiress. It's about how status can substitute for proof, how people can be pressured into belief, how embarrassment can silence skepticism, and how easy it is for a lie to grow when everyone assumes someone else has verified it. So what's the question? Was Anna Delvey uniquely clever? Or did she simply expose how much the world runs on appearance? Let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe for more true stories where the truth hides in plain sight.